outdoor centre garden, the round garden, is looking absolutely fantastic at the moment. Lavender's blooming, the plum tree is flowering. You can zoom in on that. Spring blooms. We've got blooms on the cherry tree. Where is that one? The bees are all out having fun. The red death lilies, deep dark black lilies, or what do they call them, are all out. Chook, you can't get in here. No. It's lush, it's green, it's fabulous. This is the time of the year I like. And the white lilies too. The, what are they called? Arum lilies. They're all blooming as well. Beautiful. So out here, hello Jen. We've got grass galore, which I need to give a trim and stick in my compost pile. Parsley's growing well. Peas are not... Oops. Cat and chook incident, I think. Peas are actually looking a bit sad. I need to learn how to tie these guys up so that they can hold their own weight. They're basically just fallen over, and then because it's all closed in on itself, it's creating this moisture, trapped moisture area, and they've just gone mouldy. That one was alright. The middle bed that the chooks dug up, things are still alive. And now that the sun's out, I'm hoping that they're going to pick up. I did fill this bed with sheep manure, I think it was, before I planted. So I'm hoping that there's enough food for them. Garlic's all coming up in the middle. So now I've got a couple of bare patches that I can plant a few more bits and pieces in, thanks to the chooks. We're getting a few, looks like we need to get the slug bait out. Getting a few chewed leaves and some snail marks on them. If it's not the chickens, it's the snails. The onions that are left from the chickens digging up are fattening up. I think that's about all I've got now. I think there's one, there's about 4 over there. 3 here. There's one. That's about it. This volunteer tomato, compost tomato. Turnips are kicking off. Getting nice and big. The leaves, so we should see some bulbs coming soon. This is where my beetroot were. And not even one left. Is that one? No. So that seals that deal on that one. The chooks did get every single one. Over here, the turnips that are left again are getting nice and tall. I've got 1 beetroot, 2 beetroot. That's it. Oh, there's one. 2.5 beetroot. I've got another packet, so I think if I plant them now that I can keep the chooks out of here, they should grow pretty quick with the nice sunshine. Garlics. Those 2 front rows, I only got like 2 to come up out of that. So I have to look back on my other videos. Chook, you can't get in to see what I planted there, because I won't get them again. Those ones at the back are good. Broad beans are growing strong. Some of them are even got flowers on them already, which, considering they're only a foot tall, 1.5 tall, it's pretty early. I'm sitting here this far away from the centre garden, and those death lilies, they smell like a pig farm. They're pretty gross, the stink, but they look good. Sage sage has got a whole heap of new growth coming out the centre, and a couple of little shoots coming out the side. So time to prune them back and let them grow up. And that's about it for this garden. Had a very busy day yesterday in the garden. Did some mowing and weeding and stuff. So out here in the back garden, I ripped up as much grass as I could. Still a little bit of it is fairly firmly rooted. I will pull up the peas, but there's still quite a few on the end, so I might, whilst I'm away this week, we'll let them grow, and when we get back we'll probably dismantle this lot. And in the other garden beds, I'll clean this bit up too. Ripped up all the weeds and grass. In this section here, we, or I, spread some dynamic lifter. Actually, I've got a question for everybody. If you use organic fertilizers such as Blood and Bone, dynamic lifter, which is a compressed pellets, if you use both of those on the soil at the same time, can you then overdo your fertilizing? Like, can it produce too much nitrogen, phosphorus, etc.? Just wondering if I'm killing my plants with kindness sometimes when I'm trying to pre-feed. Anyway, I've spread a little bit of Blood and Bone, which is just a powder granules, and the dynamic lifter pellets, and I've just spread it all through here. And it's going to be probably a couple of weeks before anything gets planted in there, so that it'll have time to break down and get into the soil, etc. About ready for when my plants go in. Did the same, sprinkled a little bit of rock dust in this one and scraped that in. Did some here as well, and it's still sitting on the ground. I haven't turned that in yet. Oops. This area as well, that was the beetroot patch. I've now done a bit of organic fertilizer in there as well, and here where the beetroot was as well, in that gap. That's about it, but it's at least a bit cleaner now, tidier. I put all the clippings, because they're all like weeds, I don't really want to put it in the compost bin in case they spread. I've got this cardboard box and I've just stuffed them all in there. They're fairly moist. It'll sit here in the sun, and hopefully it should do its composting thing in there, and once it's all done I can compost the box as well. Alright, the chickens were just in here again, so I really have to find where they're getting in. I think they might be going over the top, jumping up on this wire and getting over or something. Around the other side over there, there's a heap of bushes, well, lilies. Let me go over there. Pretty blossoms. Love the lilies. Hey, Chook. Yeah, so over here, all of these bushes, I think they might be jumping up on there and then jumping over. Unless there's a hole in the fence. Ah, maybe there's a hole in the fence at the back. There is too. It's all been ripped up. Aha! I found their door.